What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and Konami is back. That's the big story so far, I would say, of today. I believe it happened because of Tokyo Game Show, right? And that Konami is back at it. Now, it's not just Konami. It's more like their properties are now active. I guess what we know for sure, well, not even know for sure. It's like a pretty big like gaming scoop from Video Game Chronicle, but they are honestly like they're one of the better, I guess, specific websites that kind of get these scoops. They're one of the top, if not the top website. I would go based off them, mainly because I like them more than like a Bloomberg with our friend Jason Schreier, or Kotaku, who I'd rather, run into a wall 10 times than read a Kotaku article. So, I would go based off this, and the gist of it is they've reactivated, they've pressed the startup button on Metal Gear, on Castlevania, which is a very interesting one, and on Silent Hill. So that's awesome. Now, we've heard a lot of that stuff before in the past, right? There's been so many rumors with Silent Hill, with Silent Hills, with Metal Gear, with all of them, honestly. Well, Castlevania's been relatively quiet, I would say, over the last, several years. But, there's always talk. Microsoft, they're working with Kojima. Sony, they're working on a Metal Gear remake, all this stuff. There has been leakers that have said, like Blue Point, right? How they bought Blue Point, Sony. Their second game, they're making two games. One's an original, one's a remake, and the remake isn't Metal Gear. That now seems a whole lot. Now, they said that yesterday. That seems a whole lot more likely now that it seems like, Konami's got it handled. But again, they're working with themselves, but they're also working with outsource, like, just other companies. I believe it's a Chinese developer who is the report that they're making Metal Gear 3, Metal Gear 3's remake, or maybe it's a remaster. It's one of them, but they're bringing back Metal Gear Solid 3. So, again, very exciting. I mean, now, do we trust this, right? Because I tweeted it, and it's fun. Like, I think beyond all of this stuff, it's just fun to know. Well, like Konami's back, and that's honestly problematic in some ways, but the idea that these properties can like live again, and there's just chances for them, you know what I mean? That to me is the exciting part. That to me gets me, obviously excited. I can see, because people did even comment this to me, like, I don't trust Konami. Trust me, I don't either. The idea, like, you see it and you get pumped, but like if they were to announce a Metal Gear 6, but it's without Hideo Kojima, I just don't, and I know some people will maybe don't like Kojima and say that they could do it. I mean, I think the evidence is kind of there that once Kojima left after 5, anything they try to do with Metal Gear just has not worked. In fact, it's gone backwards in the fastest ways possible. And then even beyond that, I just don't think they've really shown they're capable of making any games, and they just haven't, right, in the last, 5, 6, 7 years. So, saying like, oh, okay, Castlevania is coming back, if it's a new game, and that's another thing. I guess the report makes a distinction and says they're coming back both in original, like new titles, so like, new entries, as well as remakes, remasters. So we're going to get a blend. We're going to get probably select Metal Gear games that get remade, remastered, but then we probably are going to get a new one. Same thing for Silent Hill, same thing for Castlevania. And, obviously the remakes and remasters, it's very difficult, I would say, personally, to mess up those. It's not easy. I've always said that. I think we do take for granted remakes and remasters, but they're definitely not, they're easier than making a game from the ground up, like, concept and all that stuff on your own. They're definitely easier than that. But I mean, generally, it is, well, again, like it's the kind of back and forth, right? Like, I do respect it. There's no way I could do it, right? Because I don't know anything about gaming development in that way. But at the same time, it's probably the easiest thing to do besides, I guess, porting something, right? So that's very hard to mess up. And that alone should get people relatively excited, right? To be able to play. Just pick your favorite Silent Hill game, pick your favorite Castlevania, pick your favorite Metal Gear. I mean, you may very likely be able to play that game again, remade, remastered for, current generation, which I think, 2 days ago, that would not have happened, right? Because Konami's like not active. They just don't do these things anymore. And again, some of it's Konami, some of it is them handing it out, which does, I would say, make more things correct, more of the leaks and more of the rumors that have happened over the last several, months, if not years. Here's the thing. Like, I know I kind of like jokingly, poked at it earlier in the video, but I do actually think like there is some truth to, if Microsoft is kind of poking them and saying like, hey, what can we do with Metal Gear? And Sony, same thing. I mean, I think, and I've always said it, like, why the heck not? If you're Konami and you do not want to make games, which now it seems like they're a little bit more willing to do it themselves as well as, giving it to others. But, originally we kind of only thought they would just be giving them out, right? Now it seems like it's more of a blend. But it's like, why not? Why not just it's like Star Wars. It's like, I don't know, at Marvel, it should be like DC. Like, just give these properties out. No, you don't just hand them out like they're candy. Anybody can take them. Like, you look around, you see who's like a good fit for it. But what's the harm? And what's even the harm? It is weird, but like, say Sony and Microsoft do both a Metal Gear thing separate, and they're like exclusive to their own consoles. I mean, that is very weird. It is slightly annoying, but is there anything really else that inherently bad about it? I mean, you're just getting more of these franchises. Like, don't stop at one. You know what I mean? I've always thought it's the same thing for Star Wars, right? Why let just one studio make it? Give it to 6 of them, and you may get games that are somewhat similar, right? But they're gonna be different. They just factually will. So I'm very excited for it. I think it just opens up, if anything, right? I get the not trusting Konami. Trust me, I do. I don't trust them either. I don't trust the new stuff. So if they announce, again, like Metal Gear 6 tomorrow, obviously there is excitement there, but there's not immediate trust. I mean, come on. Depending on, I guess, who's working on it and stuff like that. But the idea that these properties are alive again and they can breathe again, they literally can live, because they've been dead. Konami's been dead, and so their franchises have been dead. Now they're activated, and that's, I think that's room for celebration. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on. I do a brand new video on the channel every single day, and so I hope to see you guys for tomorrow's video.